Alright, so welcome back to another GBS Playz video, or if you're new, subscribe. Anyway, other than that, we're going to be doing the magic girl herself, Regina, with anyway. So basically, before we start this, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe if you're new. I am doing a thing where if I hit 3,000 subscribers by January 1st, I will give away $50 to a random subscriber. All you gotta do is subscribe, like the video, and comment something down below so that way I know if you actually did it. Anyway, other than that, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe if you're new. Don't forget to share the video. Let's move on. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing the best girl in the Outerplane, Regina. We're going to be doing her stuff, okay? Because yeah, we're going to do it. Anyway, other than that, we're going to go to it. Let's go right now. Regina. Sin Salabim. Now, as you can see, Regina is one of the ones that I kind of worked in a lot. I'm going to be honest, I wish her attack was higher, but it ain't. Anyway, so basically, the way it works is I got her Chris has at 40. I want that a little bit higher, but wait, you know, my gear ain't perfect. My gear definitely ain't perfect on her. But I tell y'all how to make perfect gear because I know what I need to do. Anyway, this is her stats. We all see her stats. All right, let's move on to the next one, which is her skills. Now, like every gacha game, we got a lot to read. So buckle in. I try to make it as fast as possible. But let's go. Removes all buffs from the target. And I love that ability so much, by the way. But we'll get into it. We'll get into it, how I use her, all that other stuff, yada yada. Removes all buffs from the target and attacks the enemy. After attacking, grants 2 stacks of Regina's World, decreases the stack count of Regina's World when hit, ignores 30% of the target's defense, and increases damage dealt proportionate to the caster's evasion. The buff removal effect ignores target's resistance. So basically, they always have that stuff removed when you use her ult because the resistance wouldn't matter. But anyway, Regina's World greatly reduced damage taken from enemies that are not granted increased accuracy, unstackable. Which means basically if they don't have increased accuracy, they ain't doing that much damage. Now the reason why I'm reading this is because one, I'm like covering it, and we're gonna like for stuff like this, we're gonna make it a little bit lower. We're gonna go down here, okay? Go down here until we have to move, or it may just stay like this for the rest of the video. I'm gonna be honest, I may forget. Anyway, other than that, we got her second skill, which is a lot of stuff as well. Anyway, it's a passive. Grants 2 stacks of Regina's World at the start of the battle. Decreases the stack count of Regina's World when hit. Obviously, just like the other thing. Trigger effect. When invading an enemy attack, reduces the cooldown of the show must go on by 1 turn. Counter attacks and increases evasion of the caster for 1 turn. When attacked, damage dealt increases proportion to the caster's evasion. So what did this mean? Basically, her passive is that she grants herself 2 stacks of Regina's World, which we all know is like she takes less damage unless the person has increased accuracy. So what does all that mean? In simplest terms, she gives herself Regina's World with like 2 stacks of it. And also if she evades somebody during having like, you know, Regina's World, like, and then when she evades somebody's attack, you'll see it say evade. She will basically do a counter attack on them. And that counter attack does a lot of damage, by the way. I just want to let it be known. I seen it in action. But anyway, that's basically what her passive do. Now let's go to her last thing. Attacks the enemy and increased priority of the caster, aka she can move up in the chain. Damage dealt is increased, aka evasion. So basically, what does this mean, right? It means literally that she makes herself move up into priority in the priority of the chain, right? Easy enough to understand. Now the way you want to do this, because I'm gonna be honest. Oh, and also like her chain passive is after attacking has a 100% chance to increase attack of all allies for 2 turns. After attacking, increase the priority of the caster by 30, which means she moves up. And also, while her moving up, she also has a chain finish effect where everyone gets increased attack, which is 30% attack actually, which is a lot of attack. But anyway, other than all that, the way that I did it is I did this one first, mainly because of the buff removal. And like this skill you're going to be using, so you want to have it as low cooldown as possible. And then also the passive is the passive, but I think that it was good enough to have all the way max as well, because you get 1+ turn of increased evasion once you hit level 4. I know you can't see that right now, but I'm not about to move my camera up and down, okay guys? And then the last thing is right here, which is, I mean, it's the skill you're going to be using the most. Like you only got 2 skills that actually attack, right? So you're going to be using this, and then after that you only have 1 more skill left. I wanted to make that as strong as possible and also have the max priority I can, so that's why I did it. Anyway, other than that, other than all that, let's go. We got it. We gotta talk about it. Her trust level. And now I have it. I do have it. So I don't know why I'm showing y'all this. But anyway, other than that, so for the trust level, right? Do you want to get her maxed out in the trust? My throat is killing me, by the way. Like, I've been recording this for so long, man. Removes 1 debuff. What that? S at the middle of that for whatever reason. From the where when it's checkmate activates. Now, if you get it to 10, then you can increase the priority by 20, but you know, that's just like whale stuff right there. Anyway, yeah, I say you probably really want to get this if you want her to be able to like remove debuffs from herself. That way she, like, let's say she get a shock debuff and then she just remove it from nowhere, like when her checkmate is activated. And some of y'all probably already forgot, y'all like, what's checkmate? This is checkmate. So when she evades, she'll remove the buff. But you know, you're gonna have high evasion on her anyway because she's an evasion unit, so it all work out at the end of the day. Now, the thing that I went with attack, and that's only because like I want her to have more attack. Plus also in these, what I'm going to do is once I get to the 5-star, I'm gonna get attack and evasion in here with a little bit of crit chance, maybe a little bit more crit chance. This right here, I may go full crit because I want her to have more crit chance, a more chance to crit. That's the reason why. And also she get crit, like extra crit hit when it goes to dark enemies, so you know that's the thing. Anyway, other than that, has 100% chance to generate 12 chain points when entering battle. It's just a good thing to have. Now, let's get into the thing that people are actually here for, which is the gear. All right, so the set that I ran was a pin set because remember, her attack is based off of her evasion, not her actual attack. So why would you want an attack set if the attack that you're going to putting on her don't really matter that much? I'd rather go pin because what does pin do? It like it ignores like a certain amount of defense or something like that, right? So the way you want to rock with her stats is obviously you want evasion on there, you want some attack, and you want some crit hit and crit damage. She's a damage dealer. You just want to build her like a damage dealer. Attack, crit, both crits, crit rate, crit damage, and evasion. But mainly you want to focus on that evasion because that is like her actual attack. Like you can have attack on there as well if you want to. But her main, rarely her attack comes from evasion. So you want to have as much evasion built up on her as possible, right? Now, when, like, as you can see, mine's right now, right? Mine's has, where's the evasion? At 280. I may get that to 300 to be honest. I may sacrifice some attack to get her up there to 300. But at the end of the day, her attack comes from her evasion anyway, like as her thing scales off the evasion. Now, I think having attack is actually good a little bit as well, but you definitely want to make sure you have a high enough evasion for one, that you can actually evade people attacks and trigger that checkmate, and then two, so that way she actually does a good amount of damage when she does her skills because her skills goes off her evasion anyway. But anyway, other than that, this you want attack, like you don't really get anything else with attack on here, right? And then this you want penetration because you want more pen so you can like break through them defenses, you know, ignore them defenses. I'm pretty sure that's what penetration does. But anyway, over this, I say blitz and, you know, once you actually get it there as well on the 6-star gear, because the only difference is that it just look different. That's for 5 and 6-star. It just look different, have a little bit lower stats. About it. So the way this works right here, right? The way you want to do it when it comes to this is that just make sure you have blitz, because blitz increases damage by 10% of the target's attack when attacking, which means when you actually get, you know, build her for some attack as well, her damage is being increased, which means that based on her attack, which means that the evasion is working, and also now her attack actually means something in this world and just not be there. But anyway, and then the second one is has a 80, well, it's basically 100, right? Once you get to T4, it has a 100% chance to increase attack by 30% for one turn at the start of battle. This is just so you can just like start in just marking. That's literally what this is for. Now, I'm also show some swords and accessories that I think actually is pretty good as well on her other than these two. Now let's get right into that. Now, this is one that I think actually would be good because it has a 50%, which is probably 100% once you actually like leveled up. I'm not 100% positive. Remember that, guys. But it has a 50% chance to reduce the cooldown of an ultimate skill by 1 when killing an enemy. So she's a damage dealer anyway. She's going to kill. And this is one I like a lot because it has a 50% chance to reduce the cooldown of an ultimate skill by 1 turn when control delete an enemy. I hate it. I hate it so much. But anyway, the reason why is because you're going to knock down the enemy. So since you're going to knock down the enemy anyway, you might as well have something that can, you know, make her ult come back quicker, so that way you can have that ult damage as well. That's about the only reason I can see about using this. To be honest, I say if you don't have the other one, you can use it. You just run this one. It's about the same. It's pretty good. Pretty all right. It's pretty good to me. But me personally, I'm gonna go for the other one. This is one that I do like as well. Has an 80% chance to increase critical hit chance by 2.5 at the start of the turn. Max actually 6. So only reason I like this is because it would just help you build her like easier when it comes to the crit chance. So that way, like, you know, if you slacking on something, this is just pick up the slack. That's basically what that's the only thing that's gonna do. That's the only thing this is here for. Now, what you will want to try to get out of here is probably just the crit chance main piece anyway, because you building this for crit at that point, and it doesn't have penetration here, so you might as well just do it like that. Me personally, I stick to the one that has penetration, but if you know having trouble building her for the crit, or any character building her for the crit, you can do this as well. I'm pretty sure both of these will go up when you get it to T4. I don't know. I don't have the gear, so I can't really test it out. And also, last thing is her teams, to be honest, you can slaughter it anywhere as long as like you're doing a damage dealer. If it's a team that actually gives, you know, increased accuracy or effectiveness or evasion as well, it'd be even better. But me personally, I slaughter any team because she just does so much damage that it doesn't even matter. I just put her anywhere. But anyway, other than that, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe if you're new. Don't forget to share the video. I'll see you guys later. I'm drinking from my Gamer Service cup, you know. Cold Pogger's down below though. Yeah.